Good morning and welcome to the Rio All Suites Hotel and Casino here in Las Vegas. CSI are proud to present the 2023 Predator WPA Men's World 10 Ball Championships. We started with 128 players. We're down to the last 32. By the end of today, we will know who our 4 semi-finalists are. Our first match today is Captain America, Shane van Boening, versus Holland's Marc BIJSTERBOSCH. Your referee, Dwayne Payne. Race to 10, winner breaks. He's called shot, of course. And calling the shots with me in the booth is the legendary mouth of the Moscone, Jim White.
Mouth of the, I thought you say the mouth of the Mississippi. I'm happy to be here, Mark. Thanks. Yeah, Shane van Boening. You know, if he starts finding a little success on the break, look out, because that's the one aspect that's been eluding him on this main match table. And he has been on a slippery edge almost since this event started. A couple times could have been bumped unceremoniously to the loser's side, and he survived both times. That was a good shot. Good opener. He's left himself over the 9. But it's not a good sign for all the players still competing when Van Boening has been far from his best and he's still unbeaten.
Yeah, well, letters on their own are not usually scary, Jim, but put a certain 3 together and they strike fear into any opponent. A prime example, SVB. And what about FSR? Well, he's on the other table at the moment.
I'll tell you what else is noteworthy, Mark, is when you only need to mention a first name. Everybody knows who you're talking about. Only in other sports is that prevalent too. Mention LeBron or Michael, they know who you're talking about. Mention Jack in golf or Tiger, they know exactly who you're talking about. And when you mention Shane in pool, there's only one Shane.
Hope you're not listening, Shane Wolford.
Well, with all due respect to all those other Shanes, don't quite have the pedigree of this man.
Yeah, packed arena as always for this man. It was packed an hour before just to watch him practice. It's that beautiful sound. Get used to it. As you say, when this man is on fire, there's fireworks and also a few crackers as well. The ball hitting the back of that pocket.
Nobody practices more than Van Boening. He was on this table an hour prior. Well, he could have used that traveling a little further, Mark. I don't know if this is clippable into that side. He's having a look at it now.
I think it is. Let's see if Shane thinks it is. That's what's most important. Nicely done.
Yeah, into a very acute angle. This is the big one now. He knew he was going to be leaving himself tricky on this 8. He's got to stay still. Pure. Just simply pure. You know what I found interesting too, and just going back through the draw, this was Shane's last match against this man, Biesterbosch. Beat him 8-6 a couple rounds ago. Stayed unbeaten, but he's already got a win under his belt over him. Biesterbosch had to play another match after losing to Van Boening en route to this last 32 clash.
As you say, he's been very close to being beaten, but it hasn't happened yet, none more so than your friendly Canadian guy.
Martin Daig, yeah, Martin Daig. 7-4, he was ahead of Van Boening in that match, and he had a couple looks at the finish line. And Biesterbosch is hoping he gets the sort of chances Martin Daig threw aside.
Before that, he beat Daniel Guttenberger in his first match. And Marc BIJSTERBOSCH came through round 1 against Thon Nguyen from Vietnam. Hu Juan also was one of his victims, and of course the one you just mentioned, Shane Van Boening.
Dry break, and Van Boning's facial expression really said it all. The one coming back and sitting up for Marc now to give him a chance. There's a lot of work to do. The bottom of the table or right-hand side as we look now, the 5-8-10. Possible combination on offer there. He's having a look. But this is far from straightforward.
Marc is one of 3 players playing under the flag of the Netherlands. Jan van Lierop is in action against No Kioi, and Marco Teutschap is up against the Butcher, Jesko Fortunski. So a chance here for Marc BIJSTERBOSCH, the guy that cost Greg Hogue his place in the Mosconi Cup gym last year. Beat him at the US Open. If he'd have beaten Marc BIJSTERBOSCH, he would have been in, and I believe Oscar Dominguez wouldn't have been in the team.
Well, Oscar Dominguez and Shane, the lone Americans. Out of 32 players left, only 2 waving the stars and stripes. Amazing.
Yeah, Tyler Steyer went out to a great young talent from Germany, Moritz Neuhausen, last night.
Convincingly
He's one to watch
as
for.
well.
He's one to watch for. What was the score there, Jim?
8-4. And you have mentioned already, Marc, that it's a race to 10 now, so they've ramped it up a little in terms of length.
Well,
that may have worked out okay. The double kiss looks like it still leaves the 5-10 on.
yeah, there's no early 10s in the WPA format. It will be respotted should he make it. Shouldn't hamper the 6, I don't think. There you are, just imagining that the 5 ball is the cue ball. And they are on a shot clock, as you can see. It's down to 5 seconds. You'll hear the beeps. He makes it. So referee Dwayne Payne.
Yeah, that's the good news. The bad news is he's just taken the corner pocket away from the 5 with that 10 respotting. Wonder if he factored that into the equation.
Does he tie it up? Or does he go for it in the side?
High risk, taking this onto the side.
No, is the answer. He's coming thin. Causes extension. Each player, 30-second extension each per rack. Here you see the new Predator chalk on the table there, Jim. That's nicely played.
Yeah, he'll just have a quick look at it. Not a difficult hit, but Shane's concern is getting it safe. Full contact on that 5. He'd like to stick that cue ball and leave it behind the 6 and 10. That means a full contact on the 5.
Extension, please.
And worth a little bit more time.
Well, didn't quite get full contact, and there's the result. He's left a gap through to this 5 ball. Won the World 9 ball for the first time ever, a couple of years ago. Can he add the 10 ball to it this year?
Van Boening, already a resume that's going to see him Hall of Fame bound. It's just a question of how many more lines on that resume are going to be filled out.
Another player hoping to make it a triple 8, 9 and 10 ball world champions will be Francisco Sanchez Ruiz, who's up against Alex Pagulayan. Pagulayan has taken the first rack there. If you'd like to see that one, hop on to our Facebook page, our Predator Pro Billiard Series Facebook page, and all details of how to watch are there. ProBilliardSeries.com is how to get every bit of information, including prize money. Talking of prize money, 60,000 to the winner of this, 40 to the runner-up. Total prize fund, $250,000.
May not have been the intended pocket, just slightly overhit it, but just float this 9 in and he's going to drop onto the 10. No surprises, Mark. First 2 racks have been split. Last time these guys played, it was an 8-6 decision to SVB. Very tight-fisted encounter, and I have a feeling this is going to be the same. And no empty seats on the main match arena, table number 1.
Yeah, and looking around the arena, Jim, all these other matches available on tv.kazoom.com. Piers Labutis is up against Oliver Zolnocki. Moritz Neuhausen against Max Lechner. Josh Filler is in action against Ukrainian Vitaly Patsura. Lee Van Corteza has taken the first rack against Torsten Holman. Oscar Dominguez is 1-up on Ko Ping Chung. Petri Makinen, who's having a really good tournament, is 1-0 up on Conrad Musician, who knocked out Sky Woodward last night. Well, he scratched on the break. Well, look at the 3-ball. Look at how this 3-ball has turned out.
Start the clock, please.
That's what's concerning Shane now, is the 3. Did the 8 take the pocket away?
It has. He's got can put ball in hand though, Jim. He can get any angle he wants. Can he take it off the, would he play the 2 off the 8, do you think? Is that an option?
Absolutely.
You noticed I waited until I saw him put the cue ball there before I called that shot, Jim.
Okay.
You're a poker playing whiz, Mark. Just got to flick the 8 as the 2 goes in. Or did he call the 8? Obviously he called the 8.
Yeah, obviously.
No, it works. Either one works. Clears the pocket.
Yeah, well worked out.
He had the 2 even followed it in, he was fine. You can see he's still on the same line that he would have had with the 3.
Six ball, a little concern maybe, but should be okay for a man of SVB's class.
Yeah, and he just noted that 6 and just acknowledging almost to himself.
Yeah, wants to be, well, not straight in, but close to straight in, and I think he's straight on this 5, Jim. I think that's what he was just looking at. A little disappointed. Really forced that angle that wasn't there. Like a dirty stun, I call that.
Dirty stuff.
Just created that angle there.
This isn't straightforward, though. I mean, that 7, if it passed the 9 to the corner, it'd be a lot easier. So Shane's still got to come with a shot here, and he's got to be so mindful of that side pocket. Again, pure silk. Made a very awkward shot look easy.
Many superlatives you could use for this man. Silky, definitely one of them.
If he starts finding a gear, because he hasn't yet, they may all be playing for second place. Which isn't bad, 40,000.
Not to be sniffed at.
Not to be sniffed at. 60 to the eventual winner here, unprecedented. $250,000 on offer in total purse. The 10 down, Van Boening securing that lead once again. It's 2-1, and we're going to take a short break. We'll be back with more action. Very warm welcome back to the Rio All Suites Hotel and Casino here. About a 15-minute walk off the strip. But it is the hub for the best pool right now on the planet. We've had BCA leagues going on. Over 300 tables, I was told.
Yeah, about 320.
We had the Las Vegas Open, a 10-ball event that was won again by Victor Solinsky, back-to-back. And he's not making up the last 32 here. His name noticeably absent from the winner's circle.
Yeah, no fizz from the Wiz in the games yesterday. He got knocked out. I think it was Pierce Labutis that beat him, I believe.
Booted him out. That was a cool shot from Shane there. Nestled that one up to the 8. Took the easy kick away. So the jump cue. Or is it a jump cue now? No, that's... He had the jump cue out. I think that's his playing cue. So he's put the jump cue back. Kicking at this off the side. This can go wrong.
Oh, it's gone right. But he might be in a little bit of trouble here if he can get to the edge of this one ball. We certainly get to the right-hand side of it. Take the cue ball down behind that 6 maybe, Jim.
Well, the final determination on this has yet to be decided, because he may not like his next shot either. Oh, he's short of pace. That's not a good effort from Shane there. And this one's available to the bottom right corner.
I think he put all his eggs in the basket of getting that cue ball behind the 8 and misjudged it. Didn't get enough English on it. I wasn't sure he could get through to the potting angle, and
oh, it was definitely available, 100%.
Just judged it badly.
Maybe concerned with trying to push through to get onto the 2. Shane with another opportunity, but it's a thin cut on this one. Using the 5 oh, he's so unlucky. He is so unlucky there. Use the 5 to hold position to the 2. The 5's come off the point and gone straight in front of the 2. That is cursed.
Does it go off the 4? You'd play this in an exhibition. You're not going to play it in a last 32 of a match like this, though. Look at this dead hook up, of course.
I think Mark's quite happy to get back to the table. That was a good shot Van Boening played there. And he fully deserved position on the 2. So now Mark is going to have to give us an escape act, because the balls are all there. Imperative that he hits this.
Well, not only hit it, he made it. Great shot.
Worth another look. Get that pen out. That's one of the highlight reel shots that we're going to make a note of. And he's playing the 9 up in the top corner. Now, has he let this leak out? Looks like it might just have found cover. Shane's having a real good look at it.
Don't think so. Not from that angle.
Yeah, that's one thing. Our television angles sometimes can be deceiving, can't they, Mark? It looks like a ball clearly doesn't go, and then when we get another perspective, it's open. So this here, it certainly looked like there's no way that he could get through to this, but it's close. He may be able to spin this.
Going with right hand spin here to just twist it. I know perhaps he can see it direct. Look, Jim.
Again, it
Couldn't
didn't
make it.
It didn't look like it was on, but Shane proving otherwise. Now, what a big shot this would be. We don't have to ask the question of whether he's got the courage to take a shot like this on. We already know the answer. But is discretion the right way to go?
Well, he'll be right on the 6 if he does make it. There's your answer, Jim. What a great shot that is, to play it at that pace.
Well, I've already commentated 3 of Shane's matches to this point. This is the best he's looked.
Saving the best to the later stages isn't a bad thing, is it, in a tournament? Growing all the time. And sometimes when you have those escapes, it's kind of like half your name's on the trophy already.
Well, this is going to get him 2 racks clear.
Yeah, so a misjudged safety by Marc BIJSTERBOSCH will cost him this rack. And how many more, because Van Boening will be breaking next. And he's already 3-1 up. Got a commanding hold on this, but it is a race to 10 now, of course.
Easy for you to say.
I wish it was. Fedor Gorst, I thought he might have a little bit of a task on his hands this morning. He's up against Vietnamese sensation Duong Quoc Hong. Gorst 3-0 up already. And we are back. Shane Van Boening breaking the balls, made a ball. No shot, the one looking at the push. Where's he going to push to here?
Yeah, for me, toughest aspect of pool. Coming from a snooker background, this is really, it's almost like having the cube in backgammon. You know, you're gonna push to an area where you feel you've got the answer and your opponent doesn't, or if there's an aspect of your game that you feel you do better than your opponent, jumping for example, you push into a jump. I found out last night what a quality jump cue artist Francisco Sanchez Ruiz was. Tremendous.
I watched that shot on the one ball on the highlight reels. What a shot that was. That was his opponent, wasn't it? That was Jesus Asensio. He's not bad with the jump stick either.
No, neither of them, but I certainly was impressed, and right away. Shane's shaking his head. I'm not too sure that's where he wanted to roll the white. Maybe, just maybe, he wanted to get it where he was leaving a long shot. But he's got the 2-cushion escape. He's nominated the side pocket. So looking for a full hit on this too. Try and put some distance between the cue ball, or on this one ball. The cue, well, unforced mistake there. That was an easy kick at that one.
That's a rarity, that is.
Start the clock.
Yeah, it surprised me. I did not expect him to do a drive-by on that one at all. I'm looking at the balls, Mark. It should cost him the rack.
Well, you could say this is the key shot, because from here on, 6 available in the open, 5 out in the open. Decent on this 3 ball, 4 ball rather. As always the case, the bleachers are full, mainly of SVB fans.
All of these European players, and I haven't done the final tally of how many Europeans are in the last 32, but I guarantee you it's the lion's share of the players left. And they all hone their skills on the European tour. There's so many quality events for them to compete against all the best players over there. And like Mark could be a good example of another one of those players. You know, not necessarily a household name, but pure quality.
Oh, you asked the question. Out of the top 32, 22 of them are from Europe.
And we already know only 2 Americans. So you wonder why Europe has owned the Mosconi Cup, you know, over the last 10 years. 10, 12 years. Well, there's your answer. When I started the Mosconi Cup, I don't even want to tell you how long ago.
94?
Probably pretty close, actually. Europe, they were just making up the numbers. It was all America. Now, every Moscone Cup, America are the underdogs. And Biesterbosch has pulled one back, 3-2. And we're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back with the action.
Welcome back to the Rio All Suites Hotel and Casino in lively Las Vegas. It's also lovely. Well, it's dry. We're in the Nevada desert. Not very dry here though. It's been very wintry here unexpectedly. We've had snow, we've had sleet, we've had rain, inside and out.
And Shane can get through to this one between the 3 and the 9. Mark shaking his head as he went back to the chair. 2-6 on offer afterwards. If he can draw this right back through that gap.
Yeah, all our matches on the outside tables, no more than 2 racks between any of them, and most of them, there's only 1 rack between them. tv.kazoom.com is the place to go if you want to watch any of those matches. Well, he's hooked himself.
Yeah, not a good shot. He didn't draw back. He caught the 9, trying to go back through that gap that allowed the cue ball to the 1. Put his hand in his pocket and strolled down. Not a happy camper.
Too late. He's too late. It's a foul. Well, you couldn't see me, but I was in the commentary booth trying to get him to move on because the clock was winding down. There's a time foul. Well,
it's not the first one we've had. You hear that cowbell, and I don't know. I honestly don't know whether Shane has his hearing aid turned up. Don't know. I mean, he's got to be able to hear that shot clock, so I feel like he'd have it on for sure. But the way that he acted there, even after the bell went off, he didn't get up right away. So I wonder if he's got it turned off.
well, he actually had the not the foresight because it was late, but what I'm saying is he must have heard something because he called extension. Maybe he just didn't count down the beeps. There's 5 beeps, starts beeping at 5 seconds. Just seemed like he was thinking about it, and then the gong went off. Anyway, that's in the past. Trying to stay in the present is this young man, proudly wearing the orange of Holland. Instantly recognisable. Oh, he hasn't hit this hard enough, has he?
He's not too bad, Mark.
No, he's okay, yeah.
He's got the long 3 and just off the 2 cushions, leave the 4 to the top right corner as we look. Pretty straightforward. Oh.
Well, you can't miss them against Shane Van Boening.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
I said straightforward, but you know something, in fairness, they play at such a high level. There's nothing straightforward. Yeah, Mark just reminded me and all our viewers of that fact. The expectations are so high from all these big guns that we just assume they're going to get out.
Well, this has gone wrong as well.
Yeah, he didn't quite clip that as intended.
Yeah, he caught the 3 a bit thick as well, Jim. Watch this.
First rack, really, I think that that's been a little patchy.
Extension, please.
Well, it's kind of good that he does have his extension left, because had he not, he might have been in a bit of trouble here as well. Needs some thinking, this one. Good jump. Always more difficult when the ball you're jumping is further away than the object ball is from the ball you're jumping over.
And I think he's found cover. I think he's found cover behind the 9 as well. Certainly can't make the 4. Might be able to hit it.
He landed right on top of that 4, didn't he, Shane? Well, another mistake. And Shane straight back out of his chair.
Yeah, Mark knows he's got to stay with Shane here. He's got to eliminate those unforced mistakes. Purposely played that at speed to go into the 10, freed the pocket for the 7.
Yeah, intelligent shot there.
Another good stroke.
Took the words out of my mouth. He's cueing so nicely. Minimum effort, maximum result with a cue ball.
And remember, this was the rack that Shane time fouled as well. So he's going to be able to forget about that mental mistake.
Straight in on this 9 ball. Well, yeah, Biesterbosch left his chalk on the table. So this 10 ball then to restore a 2-rack cushion for the South Dakota kid. There he goes. So not much between them, but you just get that feeling, Jim, if Shane can just get a decent break in now, catch a gear, he could run away with this, because Mark is making a lot of mistakes, more than Shane Van Boening.
No, and that's the reason he's 2 adrift. I agree with you, Mark. He's just that was a bad miss on the 3 when everything was there for him. And sometimes, you know, maybe they just take their eye off the shot. They're thinking too much the line the cue ball is going to take. Just having some quiet time now, but he's hoping he's going to be getting out of his chair soon. Haven't really seen any player let's put any racks together. I mean, the break has been so fickle.
We mentioned SVB and FSR at the beginning of this match, and both of them are 4-2 up. Sanchez leads Pagulian 4-2.
Yeah, there's no shortstops in the last 32 of the World 10 Ball Championship, that's for certain.
This looks pretty good. If it travels, is it going to travel? It has. Nice shot.
Good speed. Easy kick off the right cushion. The way that Francisco played in his match last night, It's the best performance I've seen from anybody here this week.
Yeah, another trademark quality of a great champion is the ability to progressively get better the longer the tournament goes on.
I mean, he absolutely dismantled Jesus Atencio. It was 8-2 the final score, and I'm not sure that yeah, that's a foul. Because he clipped the one, and good on Marc. Like, he's grabbed that cue ball right away too. He knew before the ref knew, because he clipped that one coming off the cushion, not going down.
Yeah, no rail. Just explain that rule, Jim.
Yeah, after contact, cue ball and object ball, the ball has to contact a cushion for it to be a legally played shot. In this case, he clipped that one coming out, and no cushion was contacted after cue ball and one. So the foul committed, ball in hand for Shane Van Boening, and again, hats off to Biesterbosch for acknowledging that, because not always that easy to see. And Shane purposely leaving the angle on the 2 ball to get back over the same side of the table that he's on to attack the 3 next.
This looks just about right. Held it well. Key shots here, Jim.
Well, he's all right getting from the 4 to the 5. Everything's in the open, Marc. You just got to keep your head down. Yeah, avoid any lapses in concentration, because we all know these players maintain a high level of focus, and that's what's required to play at this level. Perfect angle to drop nicely onto the 7.
Anywhere but straight on the 8 from the 7 to get up for the 9 ball. Still a little bit of uptown, downtown to do. There you see, purposely left himself a nice angle. Worrying signs for the Dutchman. It's perfect again.
And this for 5-2.
Well, we've been talking about FSR, Jim, and we're going to go and have a little bit of conversation with him. Let's have a listen to Francisco Sanchez Ruiz.
Yeah, I feel great. I mean, I won the World 8 ball on 9 ball. Everyone is, I think, is looking for me, especially in the World 10 ball. But I feel I don't want to be the pressure. I want to keep going. You know, play my game. That's all. If I win, it's like a dream for me. But I don't care. To be honest, I try to be my best on the table and give everything. That's all.
No pressure, but nobody have done that before. World 8 ball, World 9 ball, World 10 ball, making history.
Yeah, I mean, I know I won too many good titles, but I always want to think the same way. I mean, I want to enjoy every single moment. I think that's the key that I win, because I don't think about what the people think, what I expected. You know, I just try to play my game. That's all.
Welcome back, folks. Shane given the green light. And always great to listen to the World 8-ball, World 9-ball champion. He's coming here looking to create a little bit of history. If he secures this event, he'll have been the only player ever to hold all 3 titles in succession. And what a gentleman, what a representative of our sport he is.
Always immaculately dressed, always a gentleman at the table, always a gentleman off it. He's always signing autographs, having picture taken with all the fans, always up to doing an interview, which we just saw there. Never says no.
No, he represents himself and this sport with pure class.
Whenever you ask him anything, it's always, si, senor.
Made a point of dedicating the World 9-ball event that he won in Poland to Darren Appleton. He knew Darren was struggling with health issues, and no, we go along with everybody here. If Darren, if you're watching this, we wish you all the very best. Speedy recovery, pal, and get back soon. The game misses you. But Francisco dedicated his win to Darren. And then just again, you know, he's got a big heart, and he just does the right things the right way. And by the way, he can play a bit too.
Oh yeah, we almost forgot that, didn't we? He's pretty good on the table as well. Shane having a look at the combo, it looked like earlier on. I'm sure he's not playing this. Is he playing the bank? I didn't see what he called, Jim. He was playing the combo. I thought that was risky. Must have fancied it though.
Never really threatened the corner pocket. He's not left anything easy either for Marc. Cue ball near that side cushion, so cueing's at a premium. How do you knock this in and get to the 2? And I got to feel like the answer is you don't. You defend.
Window or no window?
Our overhead camera doesn't really give us any indication, but if Shane moved out of the way, we'd know.
Go and ask him to get out of the way just for a second. Well, there's your answer, no. Going round first, I think. Judged it well. Judged it very well.
Yeah, I think the short cue's going to be coming out for Marc. Just got to get over this 1 ball. He's already called the 1 in the corner. If he knocks this in, takes that cue ball into the 10, he's going to land on the 2.
Well, 10 ball is going very close to that corner pocket. Double kissed off the 4.
Offered his hand to apologize, would begrudge Biesterbosch a roll here, and he's got one. Shane knows he's just given Marc a gilt-edged opportunity. Everything's in the open, chance to put a little grease on that back arm because he's been shut out. 5-2, Van Boning's current advantage.
And this is straight knockout from here on in. No second chances. Feder Gorst 5-0 up on Duong Quoc Hong from Vietnam. He's going well. Jim having a little giggling fit in the booth next to me at my pronunciation.
I think you're doing great. I'm just glad you're the one that's doing it. Hampered cueing there, and that's all he could do with that 2. He couldn't get it any closer to the 3, so he needs this 3 to be his friend.
He can just go into the 8 here, can he, Jim? Oh, he could draw between it. Beautiful. Nicely played.
And a 5-10 on offer.
It's a must-win rack, isn't it, for Biesterbosch? He must clear up here. just to get a bit of confidence himself.
Not straightforward to knock the 10 in and maintain position to the 5. He's got to be a little careful here. He struck it so well, made it look easy. It wasn't. Referee Dwayne Payne
Start the clock,
just
please.
wiping that 10 down as he replaces it.
Has represented Holland in the World Cup of Pool. Nice little angle on this 8. Go anywhere he wants.
Yeah, he's got a nice demeanor around the table. Never really looks flustered.
Another one of those players who you get the feeling he's on the cusp of winning something, but just not quite there at the moment.
Yeah, another one of those players you can never take for granted.
Nicely played. Okay, we're going to nip out for a couple of minutes.
It was a bluff, Mark. It was a bluff. We're going to stick around.
I'm being sharked in the booth. So, good. Well, you get the feeling, Jim, that he needed that then. Really, really needed to run those balls just to get that confidence back up.
Absolutely. And I mean, at 5-3, you know, he puts a good break together here. Shane is a long ways from into the comfort zone, and he knows it. He's playing well. Biesterbosch, a very capable player.
So breaking from the centre, almost made the 4-railer. And the trouble with that breaking from the middle is if you don't make a ball, usually the balls are all in the open. Well, the 2's a little bit tied up. Nice easy start up. Where does he play for the 2?
He can drop right in behind it. He's got the angle right where he's showing you with his finger. He can get there.
We've got our very own telestrator there, Jim.
Courtesy of Shane Van Boening.
Right, Aloysius Yap, 5-0 up as well against Dane Mickey Kraus. Oh, he's going for the 5, is he? Didn't see what he pointed at there. I think so.
Could play a good aggressive safety too. It looks like he's going at the 5 mark.
Yeah, nicely judged.
That was a very difficult combination. Again, Van Boening making it look a lot easier than it was.
I mentioned Aloysius Yap going 5-0 up last night. He was up against his mentor, the guy who actually coached him from a very young age, Lian Han To. any of these other games, you want to keep an eye on yourself, you can go to probilliardseries.com for the latest scores and brackets and all the information you need about all the Predator Pro Billiard Series events and World Championships, or you can head over to tv.kazoom.com and you can choose which match you want to watch.
How about a quick update on my buddy Alex Pagalayan? How's he doing over there with FSR?
Yeah, well, the Canadian is trailing by 2 racks, 5-3. Exactly the same score as it is here, actually. Sanchez Ruiz. Well, the dream is still alive. I mean, that is such a huge... I mean, it's never been done before, so that tells you how huge it is. To hold 3 world titles in 3 different disciplines at the same time is incredible, isn't it? Is it possible?
It's been a dream year for Francisco, that's for sure. Even the US Open added to the mix there. They won the World Cup with David Arcady.
That's a clever little shot he's played there.
Yeah, it wasn't planned, Mark. He would have brought the cue ball further down for the 10 if it had been. Probably knew he was going into the 9. Wasn't sure he was going to make it. You still expect him to get this, but I mean, that cue ball's glued to that side cushion.
No problem at all. 6-3 now. Shane Van Boening leads.
And full value for that lead as well. He has been dominant out there. Right now, this is his arena.
Body language now of Marc BIJSTERBOSCH. Deep in thought there. What will he be thinking, Jim, at the moment, do you think? I mean, you've been in the situation, you've been sat in your chair.
Well, when you're, what would Marc be thinking? Or Marc, right now, you just try to stay in the moment. You know, I say it all the time, you know, you can't change what's happened. You just hope you're going to get an opportunity and you want to be equal to the task. Stay positive, stay focused. I mean, you never ever believe you can get beat. That's part of it too. You've got to carry that with you all the time.
Well, is the 1 ball going to go? It's not. Stopped by the 6.
Yeah, a little bit of negative body language there. I mean, he's seen Shane break and he's left himself a chance at the 1 a few times, and now he breaks dry and Marc's got no look at the 1 and probably just a push out from here. Because the safety queuing over the 5. A little surprised he's taking this on. He took that on, I got to be honest.
Yeah, not exactly to plan. He would have been looking for cover there. Hasn't got it. It's an open shot. Gorst 6-0 ahead now.
Isn't he my man for a beer? I thought you and I bet a beer at the start of this event, and he was one of the guys that I took.
Did we? Who had Sanchez?
You didn't, did you? How did you swipe him on me? Good shot from Van Boening there. And he's got a shot at the 2. This 2 will go into the corner. Shane's not missing anything in the open right now. If it's open and it's available, it's dust.
Still needs 3 more racks after this one. The bad news is Biesterbosch needs 7.
And again, following the script.
What I love about Shane is he plays such a simple game, but can also come with the big shots and the difficult positional shots when needed.
He's got those long forearms. He generates so much power with a minimal amount of movement. And again, his hold, mindset, you know, his demeanor, it hasn't changed. I've known Shane a long, long time, and first time I saw him play in Calgary years ago at the university there, he lost to Johnny Archer, Hill. Archer came to me after, he said, "This kid's a player." Prophetic words from a Hall of Famer. But Van Boening, I always remember all the US Opens I did over the years in Virginia. If there was ever a table open, this guy was on it. And he hasn't stopped. You see him practicing all the time. I mean, he's not content with just winning events, Mark. He wants to be the best that's ever held a cue.
It takes my mind back to yesterday evening when he came in. No one was on the practice tables, not even anyone that was playing in the 7 o'clock rounds last night, or was it the 5 o'clock rounds, whatever it was. He wasn't playing in the particular round coming up. He was still on the practice table. Can I practice? Of course you can. And no one playing the earlier round was even down to practice. So that tells you a little bit about this guy.
Born to play this game.
Yeah, found solace and satisfaction. So in goes the 10 ball. Shane moves on to 7-3, and we'll be back with the remainder of this match very soon.
Break, sir.
Welcome back. Shane Van Boening about to break off. Good lead here, 7-3. Just 3 more racks away from the last 16. In goes the 1 ball. Where's the cue ball going? It's holding up just in time, and a shot of the 2 as well. Gave that everything.
He can really crunch them when he needs to. Don't know if the 2 goes past the 9 into the bottom corner. That would be the order of the day. He'd be able to follow straight through and get behind that 3, because the 3 does not go past the 4 into the corner.
Might even play this to the side, or the safety behind the 8. Yeah, why take any risks? 7-3 lead. Keep the pressure on. Straight out with the short stick. Well, this is going to take some athleticism. Well, he got up and over it, but no accuracy, and he's left this 2-ball on. Now then, big shot needed. Screws up his face, knowing almost straight he needs a big draw shot here, but he's got the power.
Yeah, that there's little doubt. Tidy lead. Effectively, Marc, to win this match, would have to beat Shane 7-2 from this point. Just can't see that, though, not the way Van Boning's been playing.
Oh, look at this. Look at that for a shot.
Knowledgeable crowd, understanding. And appreciating.
Just a little dab of right hand English here maybe, or is he going around the angles? Yeah, just a little dab, just to hold it off that rail.
You know, Marc, we talk an awful lot about their mental prowess and preparation, and now how about being in shape playing this game now? You've got an event today, they're in the last 32, they're playing down to the semifinals. So that means 3 matches they're going to be playing today. You don't think that's a long, grueling day of playing pool? And races to 10. These aren't short races. So how important is it for you to be mindful, get your rest, eat properly, give yourself your best chance?
Well, you just done the math. Win 30 racks today, and you're going to be in the semi-finals tomorrow. The semi-finals and final will be tomorrow. Sadly, I'm not going to be here for the final.
You'll be here in spirit.
I'll be at the airport having a spirit
Van
before I
Bo-
board a flight.
Van Boning's hoping he'll be here for the final. And the way he's playing, to bet against it means you're having an argument with your cash.
Yeah, no problem, in it goes. The writing's on the wall. Shane Van Boening now just 2 away from a place and a little bit of a rest. And, you know, if you can get through a couple of these matches, Jim, quite quickly and, you know, don't give too many racks away, then you can conserve that energy and go and use it to rest up.
Yeah, a couple one-sided matches. They could come back to be quite a difference maker, Marc, down the road, no question about it.
Yeah, and a couple of matches that are one-sided. Feder Gore 6-0 up against Wong Kwok Hong. Conrad Musician, who won Hill last night against Sky Woodward, could very easily have lost it, is 7-3 up on Petri Makinen. Josh Filler is 5-2 up on Vitali Patsura, and Max Lechner 6-2 up on Moritz Neuhausen for Rayla. No love on the one though, for a change.
No, the 9 down.
Lot of forward momentum on that cue ball. Could have scratched there.
Bit of a mishit, no question about it. But it's going to be a push from Shane.
Yeah, you heard it. He's letting him
Your option, sir.
see this one ball.
I can understand Marc taking this one on. Try and get that cue ball off that side cushion and duck it right in behind that 7.
Well, it's been the story of this match, really. The safeties have always just left Shane a little bit of a window. My mind goes back to that one ball, Jim, when he got between the 9 and the 4, I think it was, or the 5. long way off there.
That's one of the very few open balls that Shane has missed, and he hasn't left the one. So he's not just playing well, he's being rewarded too.
What's the saying? The better I play, the luckier I get.
Actually, that was a Gary Player saying. The more I practice, the luckier I get.
Nice.
It's definitely something that Shane Van Boening subscribes to. Another open look at the one.
We often hear the expression GOAT around the game of pool. In your opinion, Jim, and it's a very valued one, who do you think is the GOAT?
Well, that mantle probably still the magician Efren Reyes, I think. But Shane, he's laying a stake to it. You know, players like Ruiz, you know, his career is well and truly still in front of him. You know, who's to say what these players are what we're gonna say? If you and I are around another 15, 20 years, Mark, who's to say? But as we speak, I think it's still pretty hard to say that Efren isn't the man.
Well, I'll be around. I'm not sure you will be, Jim.
That's true. You've got plans. I haven't planned anything past next week. Short of speed there. I mean, well short of what would have been ideal position, because he's wrong-sided himself on this. 5 at the wrong end of the table. Is he going to try and smash this in? No.
Attention, please.
Well, I've even started reading library books from the back, Jim. I start reading them from the back just so I don't miss the ending. Big shot here. Well,
couldn't really do any better, and still
No.
not on the 5. Just the angle wasn't there, and the fact that he was near the cushion means he couldn't really change anything.
yeah, needed some more spin on it, some more maybe outside spin, but just couldn't get it. Too difficult. Get a good safety in here though. Oh. But Marc BIJSTERBOSCH under the cosh. Wow. That only magnifies and enhances the theme of this game, really.
Start clock.
Yeah, this has not been one of those matches that Mark is going to file into his memory bank, I promise you. This is forget about it as quickly as you can and move on to the next event.
Talking of next events, the next one for us is in Wisconsin, 17th of May to the 21st. If you'd like to enter that, guys, it's a Pro Billiard Series event for both men and women. Go to probilliardseries.com and register, because they're filling up very, very quickly, especially with the new format. Stage 2, races to 3. Sorry, race to 2, best of 3. So Shane on the hill with this 10 ball.
And Mark, one more good break from Van Boening, and the pain could be ending soon for Biesterbosch.
Yeah, and it will be his last break.
9-3.
Let's have a look around the room. Max Lechner 7-2 up now on Maurice Neuhausen. And let's have a look at your favourites. Well, he's come back 6-5 now. Sanchez Ruiz on Alex Pagulayan. Well, if this one is over in a minute, Jim, I know where I'm going. I'm going to head on over to table 2 and watch the conclusion of Francisco Sanchez Ruiz and Alex Pagulayan. If you want to watch that now, guys. head to our Facebook page, and that will show you exactly where to watch it. It's all available on YouTube. And any of the other games I've mentioned, tv.kazoom.com. Well, the ball's flying everywhere there. 9 ball is going to drop. It does. Shot at the 1 ball, Jim.
Yes, cueing right over the 5, though. I mean, if he could cue at this and get that white over towards the 2, we could have been right in the final chapter in this one, but...
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah, it's just containment here, though, Mark, but he's going to be able to lay an evil one on Mark. And that could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to call the side pocket here, 2 rails.
Yeah, he should have welded him behind that 8. That's a little bit of a let off.
No, right round it.
Amazing.
Well, the only thing that's done, Jim, I don't think the 3 goes now. Shane, just having a quick look.
Start the clock.
But if that isn't the way that things have gone for Biesterbosch in this match, look at the cue ball. Somehow finds a path to miss the 2.
Well, this 3 goes as well. I think I just saw an opera singer warming up her voice. Convincing from SVB.
Right from the very start. Let everybody here know that he wasn't going to take anything less than success away from this match. Biesterbosch getting ready to shake hands.
We spoke about initials, instantly recognizable people, SVB, FSR, and you mentioned some of your own, Jim, like Tiger. We know exactly who you're talking about. There was a famous singer. It wasn't even a letter, he was just a symbol. He was the prince. Can Shane Van Boening be the king? He's certainly looking like it. In it goes! Shane Van Boening then closes out the match 10-3. He goes through to the last 16. Marc BIJSTERBOSCH goes out. Jim White, thank you so much for your company once again. I'm Mark White. We'll be back with the next match very, very soon. Thanks for watching, guys.